baby.
All hail Hook. All hail Hook.
Oh no, he's starting a cult.
All hail Squidward. All hail Plankton. If I could said he is Hook. This is Hook.
This is.
Either way, getting that treatment, getting the same treatment as fucking Sting.
His entrance is just like, he's just a star. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
God damn. Like, he just has a gravitas about him.
That man's hair is such a mess that it looks perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I was looking at it. I was like, why does his hair look good? It's supposed to look stupid, but it just works.
It looks so good. How does he do this?
Just the fact that, oh yeah, it was he is Hook. He is Hook, and he is Taz, and he and Taz just like marking out over his son finally wrestling was just wonderful.
Oh yeah, you love to see.
You see that. Well, we do every week. We see Sting and Darby.
I was about to say, I was AEW at the end of the day is a father and son promotion, so Taz and Hook are the perfect
all elite nepotism, baby.
Yeah, they're the perfect group to get in here, get in on this.
Has nepotism led to anything good in that company? God.
In AEW, yeah, it led to Hook. So I'm gonna say yes.
It led to a lot of good things, actually. But I was just sitting here thinking about it. I was like, remember at the beginning when they brought in all these scrubs? Like Sean Spears. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, that's not really nepotism. That's favoritism.
That was Cody's friends with him. It's nepotism. He said, "Oh, we're friends. I'm gonna give you a job even though you stink." Yeah, but that's how it went.
Doesn't nepotism only apply to like familial members? And not,
I don't know. Didn't Kenny Omega say something about nepotism in his promo once?
Oh, maybe
he did. I don't know. Who cares? Tell me when to tweet the stuff or retweet.
We're live.
Oh, sick! That's awesome. Great. I could have been turned up, but like a million if I was paying attention. There's few things that make me laugh more than Fuki and Death just standing here and going, "Dad, Dad," every time someone says something. What a gimmick.
She is. I don't recall if she was doing the gimmick before or after Guardians of the Galaxy came out, but I feel like she saw Groot just saying the same word and was like, "There we go, baby. That's the gimmick." I don't need to say anything else.
I think it was after. Yeah, I think
that's the gimmick.
Guardians of the Galaxy have been out forever, to be fair. By now.
Yeah. Okay. We are ready to rumble. We are ready to rumble. Are you ready?
I've been born ready.
I've been born.
Let's get ready to suck it. Oh, wait, wrong one. Let's get ready to rumble. Sorry.
Correct. You got it right.
Oh, good. Now we get buttons.
Hold on. There's a fly.
Oh, Jesus. We got a fly. Ryan's working tomorrow. The world is ending.
I got it. I killed it. It's dead. I've murdered the fly.
Oh, no. I just realized that I work 10 to 6 January 2nd.
Oh.
Meaning
10
that's a Sunday.
10 a.m. to 6?
Yeah. which means we're gonna have to do a late night Ring Post Radio again.
Yeah.
And that means Ryan might drink wine. And that means, oh God. And that's also Wrestle Kingdom preview time.
That is year-end award winners and Wrestle Kingdom preview.
Oh God.
And
oh God.
And Impact preview, Impact Hard to Kill preview, which we'll decide whether or not we scrap it.
I might need to drink that night.
AEW Battle of the Belts preview.
Oh, it's gonna be a heavy show.
Stardom Dream Queendom review.
Oh my God.
I think
we got some big dogs here to end the year.
Oh, and WWE Day 1 would be the day before.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're strapping it at the end of the year.
Here we go, baby. Let's do this.
Hit that music.
3, 2.
Wait a minute, I never got jazzed up.
Oh, hard. Sorry, yeah. Or we're streaming, so we'll do a quick jazz. Baby.
That's all I needed.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Everybody, and welcome to Ring Post Radio, the only show that when one of the hosts is called in to work on Sunday, they move to Saturday morning. That's right, we're here Saturday morning live on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, all the social media platforms. I found out recently that you can put video on Spotify, so I was like, could we live stream to Spotify? So I'll look into that, folks. But yes, we got a big show for you today. So who cares about talking to each other? But we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking to you, the folks at home, with all the great wrestling that's happening in the world. I am Ryan Knightsey, and joined as always is Scotty Edwards.
Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan.
Yes.
I think I got a feeling.
Oh. Do you now? Because I'm
hooked on a feeling. Hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Fuck.
Yeah. You had that ready. I can tell. I'm in love with Huck. I guess we're gonna, we have a lot of news to get to, but I think the biggest news of the week is that, guys, Hook is one, he's all elite, which is hilarious because he's been on AEW television for over a year.
Yep.
And two,
he's
good. He's really good.
I like the idea that this entire time he has not been under AEW contract, and Tony was like, I don't know about this kid. I think I'm gonna wait. And Taz is like, we gotta give him a match. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know yet. A year later,
send Hook.
Okay, and then let's see how this guy. Okay, this kid's pretty good. Let's sign to that contract. Yeah, no, Hook debuted tonight. That's our leading topic today.
Yeah, has to be.
Hook is here. He has been sent. He's eating chips, and he was pretty good. He was actually really good. He's actually really good at that ring. I'm excited to see. Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. We gotta see. I want to see those longer form matches, and then I'm gonna start truly assessing the gentleman.
Listen. You just gotta let it marinate. You gotta let it marinate like a good old steak. You can't be tossing them out there like every week. No, every time Hook steps out there,
Mhm.
it'll become a moment. It'll become a must-see event for the fans because the fans, they love Hook. And listen, people loved Hook before he ever stepped in the ring. And then the mofo said, "Oh yeah? Oh yeah? You want to see?" Then he delivered in the ring. So I think I agree. I definitely agree with you that we gotta wait and see how his style changes and
Mhm.
mix and moves. But
Mhm. Mhm.
when it comes to debut matches, I mean, I tweeted this out. Wrestling's in good hands, man. They got Hook on one side, you got Braun Breaker on the other. These two are, have a total of like 8 matches. And I think the wrestling world has already decided that these two are the future stars of each company, which is just wild to me. But it's not crazy to think.
I'll say it this much. At least on entrance alone, Jesus Christ, Hook is just the action Bronson, the lights out with the white thing, making it look like it's because of the entrance and everything. It looks like it's
Yeah.
what's it called? A speaker, like a boombox.
Yeah.
It looks like a boombox. He comes out just like the great ass lights. Like it feels like big time matchup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It.
He got good reactions too. I mean, they were in New York, which is of course where he's from,
Mhm.
but they even started a Hook is gonna kill you chant in this man's first match.
To Fuego, who is undoubtedly a crowd favorite.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Not anymore, because now
Not,
it's been replaced by
not when
Hook.
they send Hook.
Yeah, I mean, Hook. The meme that has been Hook. He started out as just like, "Here's my son, Hook," and everyone's like, "I'm sorry, your son's name is Hook. That's great." And then we see the guy, and he's like, "Oh shit, this kid's hot." This sounds weird. That sentence sounds weird. That's the second.
This is exactly how it went though, for people.
He's as hot as Gentleman Jervis. Um,
Yeah, that rattled me. Thank you.
he is, man, and he's just good in that ring. He's just, I mean, that's also, I mean, that's the same reason like Braun Breaker's over. It's just like at the end of the day, wrestling fans just want to see guys throwing other dudes around, right? I mean, like that's all we want to see at the end of the day.
Well, I think the Braun Breaker's family also has, and I think that works with Taz too. But
Yeah.
like every time the man shows up, they're like, all right, they're gonna do something Steiner, and they're gonna do Steiner math or something, and I think that helps a lot. But they both have a chance to surpass that. Oh, we're just the sons of good wrestlers that did a lot of suplexes.
Oh yeah.
It's a very weird coincidence, but it's true.
Oh yeah.
And we're not kidding. Hook is a star. Like I think a lot of people kind of just said it for fun because like the Hook meme that has become a thing.
Yeah.
Like this kid has a lot going for him already.
He's
And I
very
think he can be
smooth.
very special.
He's very smooth in the ring. He's got a lot of like the basics down that,
He also has a style that like no one else has in AEW, at least based off one match.
Yeah, this is all based off one match, and of course, there's that hype surrounding Hook. So like I said, I want to see him wrestle a longer match. I want to see him sell more to get a real understanding. But of what I've seen so far, good. There's some promise. There's some promise in this kid.
Would you say you're hooked?
Some would argue the same thing, that I am in fact hooked, and the feeling is mutual. Speaking of other stars, a lot of news this week. WWE was unable to sign new contracts for 3 of their stars, and that being Johnny Gargano, Kairi Sane, and seemingly Kyle O'Reilly. We know his contract is up, but no one has heard anything in regards to his contract being renewed or whatever. So the assumption is just that he's out. So
I would actually lose my mind if he re-signs with them.
Yeah, if we just hear like Kyle back and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up, Von Wagner." It's like, what, Kyle,
yay.
what are you doing, man?
The dream: Kyle O'Reilly versus Von Wagner part. Duh.
But what do you feel about this? One, I guess, what is your likelihood that any of these people will re-sign, and if they will at all? And two, what do you think's the next steps for these guys?
I still think Johnny's the most likely to resign. Like, I know he came out with a pro wrestling T-shirt, and he has a Twitch now, and yada yada yada. And those were all very shocking because I think a lot of us thought, okay, maybe he's gonna step away for a few minutes and then come back, and maybe he'll step away for a few months because Candace is having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Come back maybe in March or April and call it a day. But when you open a T-shirt store that says "Bet on yourself" and a bunch of other things about Johnny Wrestling, he had some actually cool designs. If anyone cares, which you probably don't, but I still think he's the most likely to go back. Very interesting if he doesn't, where he goes. I think AEW makes a lot of sense there. If Kyle O'Reilly goes back, like I said, I will be very upset because that man just does not belong there anymore. Just doesn't belong there. There is literally a tag team partner waiting for his arrival in AEW, and they, of course, are starting to kind of mesh the Undisputed Era and Elite stuff together. So you add in Kyle, then you start that inner war. They probably already have this. Tony Khan honestly probably already has the story drawn up. He's just waiting for Kyle to sign on the dotted line. And maybe Wednesday, if his contract has expired, as they say, Wednesday is a possibility, which is also New Year's Dash at the end of the year, or TBS, because they're going to want to load that show up as well. And then Kairi Sane, there's no way Kairi Sane's going back, because it sounds like, one, which we all knew, she does not want to come back to America full time. Maybe she'll probably come back to America for like a one-off or something, but she doesn't want to move back full time. She's married, she's happy, she's been living in Japan for the past year and a half now, since leaving WWE,
especially since COVID's happening.
Right.
Apparently she's like, I don't want to go back, especially since COVID's happening.
Yeah, well, that helps. And then it does set, so WWE, of course, wanted her back in the ring. Let's not just pass that. And that's probably because the WWE Japan stuff ended, and they were like, okay, well, we would like to pay you, but we want you to wrestle. And she was probably like, nah, good. So the excitement starts to fill in the Joshi scene, because Kairi Hojo returning to, it would have to be Stardom. She's not going anywhere else. It's very exciting. It's very if they were able to add Kairi Hojo to their current roster, shit would go down.
And when we say that, I mean, like, we're talking about Kairi Hojo potentially showing up this Saturday at Osaka Super Wars. And then to be able to set up a match for Dream Queendom, which, by the way,
Maya doesn't have a match.
I hate that. I hate Dream Queendom. It's just such a hard.
I like the Queendom part. The Dream part messes me up every single time.
Yeah,
but Maya doesn't have a match.
Yeah. It feels the pieces are there that feels like maybe they were natural pieces, maybe they were concocted pieces, knowing what was on the horizon. So I'm excited. Yeah, I think Kairi Sane to Stardom is a no-brainer. I think, if she doesn't want to go to America and she doesn't want to leave Japan, and obviously part of that reason is if she goes to America, there's a chance she's stuck in America. So I understand not wanting to go to America. If you want to wrestle, that's gonna be Stardom. That's her old home. I don't, it's the biggest Joshi promotion in the world, so I don't see where else she would go.
I'd be rattled.
O'Reilly also feels like a no-brainer to AEW. I mean, everything's also set up perfectly for there. They're already teasing that Adam Cole has left Bobby Fish behind twice during matches. So they're already sort of teasing that there's the connection through Adam Cole, but Adam Cole seems to be aligning with the Elite. So there's that whole thing. And then Gargano, he's the interesting one. I'm not reading too much into the t-shirts and the Twitch stuff, simply because this man is a free agent, so he has no income money coming in. His wife does, but they also have a baby on the way. And, I'm sure Johnny Gargano's like, yeah, maybe I should make a few extra dollars while I'm sitting back playing video games. Why not just stream it and make some money off of it? I don't blame the man whatsoever because he's like, yeah, I got a kid. I'm in the camp that I don't think Gargano's going anywhere until after February, March or
Yeah.
so. With if wait as long as May if he wanted to, and then show up at what, Double or Nothing? No, All Out, All In, what are it? Double or Nothing.
I saw someone make the bold claim that maybe he does Bola and then goes back.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Bola is happening. Yeah, I
That'd be
like
kind of sick.
I like the idea of Gargano doing spots here and there, and then fully making a full-time roster return sometime in the spring. I think I think honestly that's not a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think anyone would be upset if I don't think NXT or WWE would be upset if he just was like, oh yeah, let's go here. I also think I'll also be in the camp that I think Gargano should not return to WWE, not because I WWE and NXT are kind of the pits, but also the man has done
the high paying pits.
The high paying pits, yes. The man has done practically everything in terms of character wise. Going up to the main roster will just be more of what we've already sort of seen against different people, which would be interesting. But we're talking it's Vince McMahon, WWE.
Yeah,
his size.
They're not going to run Roman Reigns versus Gargano.
No,
so it doesn't.
He's gonna be in the 24/7 title stuff. He can because he's also funny. He can do the comedy. He's gonna be doing comedy. Mm-hmm. And I don't think anyone wants to see that. If he stays, I think it's the same story that if Kyle O'Reilly stayed, either of them would just stay and be coaches. Which if that's what they want to do, sure. But also you got to bring Gargano in. And also, if I'm Tony Khan and I'm the Young Bucks, you gotta make the hard sell to Johnny Gargano. In a weird way, Johnny Gargano is the investment to hopefully then bring in Candice LeRae down the line in a couple of years. So that's the investment move, is to get her, really.
I mean, it's a win-win if you can get both of them.
Yeah, and then in 20 years, you get their child to wrestle Hook for the world title.
Well, yeah, because once Hook gets to age 24, he's going to win the world title, and he's never going to lose it again. So,
how old do you think Hook is, by the way?
21.
I think he's actually. I looked this up on Thursday. He is actually 22.
My God, me and Hook are the same age. I feel so. Wow.
You're having existential crisis about Hook?
Yeah.
Oh.
More like, yeah, I got it.
Oh, great. Speaking about other releases, this was sad news that came out earlier this week. Jeff Hardy was released by WWE. The initial report, I believe, is by WrestleVotes, and then Fightful deemed as well. WWE has made no comment about the matter. According to Wrestling Observer, Jeff Hardy was following that sort of incident at the WWE Live house show where he got a hot tag and then immediately left the ring. Looked very strange on videotape. Apparently, according to Wrestling Observer, WWE requested / kind of ordered him to go to rehab. He said no. At that point, he said no, apparently knowing the consequences. WWE knew that, hey, if we release this guy, he's probably going to go to AEW with his brother. But this is the third incident since 2019. What are you going to do? You kind of have to let him go.
Yeah. Okay. Where do I start? One, I understand why WWE released him. But as you said, third instance. And at one point it becomes too difficult if he's not willing to get help. But I think it's wrong on all of our parts to just assume that Jeff Hardy's just went off the rails in a sense. To me, there's not really been a full sign of that. I understand he left during a match into the crowd, but I don't know. Do we know for sure that's why? Like, do we? Maybe I don't know. Maybe he had to poop. Like, this is just me. This is just me having actual assumptions here. I feel like that's not out of the realms of possibilities. But I understand the way it looks, the way it looked. I can understand why people instantly went to, "Oh, I hope he's okay," and him saying no to rehab, scary thing. But I don't know. I mean, if you've read the tweets from Beth Hardy, his wife, she said he's fine, which she has done before. But Matt Hardy had a pretty welcoming tweet as well this week, where it said he feels extremely, with an X, good about the future. And I feel if there's anyone that's going to get to him and know that he's okay by now, it has to be Matt. It has to be Matt. So, one, I hope Jeff Hardy's fine. I hope he's dandy. I hope he's great. And he's going to go, make a lot of money when the Hardy Boys reform. And he's going to save Matt from the whatever thing he's been doing for the past year that I still don't like to talk about. And I just hope within the next year, we can just celebrate that Jeff Hardy, is in AEW, healthy, happy, and all that jazz. Because I talked to you about it this week. That schedule of going back on the road and wrestling 4 times a week can't be good for a 40-plus-year-old who does a swanton bomb and probably has to do it most matches he's in.
What, wrestle 4 or 5 times a week?
Do the swanton bomb 4 or 5 times a week, whether he's missing or not.
Yeah. 44 years old, recovering, addict still. I mean, yeah. recovering, that is his story, but it's a bad schedule, and I don't blame him for wanting to either leave or having, I mean, and that's the other thing I think. I think it's I think anything. My personal thought is I think based on like evidence, it might be some sort of relapse sort of issue, just based on like trends and evidence that we have. But at the same time, we have to remember that like in 2019, I think it was 2019 is when he had that DUI, and then he's had something else. And he was always been able to bounce back. I don't necessarily, or at least I hope not, necessarily think that this is a sort of like full on, TNA Victory Road relapse situation. I think this is one bad night, and this is his third bad night in what, 3 years.
Yeah.
So, them's the breaks, got to release him, and we saw after the DUI, he's back on the road, doing okay, doing all these good things. And I obviously hope, as a fellow human being, that he's able to still get past these demons. Obviously, they're still there, and he's still, he's working on them, and shit takes time. It's a constant struggle with addiction.
Yeah.
But we're no experts, so I don't
know. No. Really, all we do hope is that Jeff Hardy is fine. For that, really all that matters here. And it's a shame because, if anyone's been taking any attention to WWE, it sounded like he was going to get the next Universal Championship match. That was probably going to be the next story. They were kind of building him up for that. And I think a lot of people would have liked to see Jeff get that one more, shot at the world title and then maybe leave, because we knew his contract was up this coming year. Yeah. We had very good knowledge of that. It's been said that once Jeff Hardy's contract's up, he's probably going to go join his brother. Like, that is common knowledge among a lot of people. And unfortunately, we never got that, but I think that would have been a hell of a story. But now Jeff can go have a hell of a story elsewhere when he's right, when he's ready. And we just hope him the best, because I think a lot of people overall have grown up Jeff Hardy fans. So
we all want the best for him.
Yeah.
Other news items we'll get to is, so obviously, since we're recording on Saturday, if we record at our normal time tomorrow on Sunday, we would have been talking about this show and reviewing the show. And in some ways, it's nice that we're doing.
Do you mean the biggest Ring of Honor show of the week, which is Winter is Coming?
No, what I do mean is the end of an era show, Final Battle, which we are doing a part 2 preview. Can you believe it, Scotty? That
it's kind of needed.
It's kind of needed. Boy, howdy, it is kind of needed. During the week, Ring of Honor announced that Bandito, the Ring of Honor World Champion, who is going to be in the main event defending the title against Jonathan Gresham, tested positive for COVID. Because of that, he is no longer able to compete at Ring of Honor Final Battle. I believe a day or two later, it was announced that the replacement match is going to be for obviously non-title. No news about vacating the title on Bandito's part, but it looks like it's going to be Gresham versus Lethal. Jay Lethal, AEW's Jay Lethal, is the replacement match. Before I get to other news, Scotty, thoughts on that whole situation?
Sucks for Bandito. Second year in a row, he's going to miss Final Battle due to COVID. Last year, he had it bad. So here's the hoping that he's okay. Here's the hoping maybe he can be asymptomatic or something of the sorts. But I think we can both agree, while we have come on this show and made it very well known our thoughts on Jay Lethal, the human being, this felt like the layup for them. It absolutely did. And I know the running gag for you is, he hates the foundation. But to close this chapter of Ring of Honor, I don't think you could have two more fitting wrestlers to do that. Gresham has been the rising star of sorts over the past 3 years or so, and Jay Lethal has been he's pretty much been their franchise player for a decade now. And he was there before too, but it's been pretty much a decade long of him just being there and being solid for them. So it felt wrong that he wasn't originally on Final Battle, so it does feel right that he is now on the show, but definitely a letdown.
That's my favorite Jay Lethal bit. When I'm here in a company, I'm here to stay. Are you gonna be at Final Battle? Ooh, no, I'm not gonna be there. Tony Khan, oh no, you can be at Final Battle. He's like, oh, go, no, I don't want to be there, man. And then here I am at Final Battle. Yeah, no, a lot of people, obviously, the dream match there was Bryan Danielson. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone wanted that thing.
I pitched a great angle for that.
Yeah, you pitched a great angle. If seeing that it seems to be non-title, I think a 30-minute draw would have been excellent, and I would have loved it. At the same breath, what you looking for?
Oh, someone was hitting the
ceiling.
Just go.
You're losing your mind over there, Scotty. Bryan Danielson.
I'm hooked on a feeling. Okay.
Bryan Danielson. Unless they can agree to a 30-minute draw, there's no way he was going to be there. One, Ring of Honor is not going to be able to pay for the guy, so it's going to be a TK pay, NWA style. Oh, also, you can't have Danielson lose, right? Like, this is the Saturday before Winter is Coming. You can't have Danielson lose. I would have loved if they had Danielson come out and then they do a Ring of Honor some sort of thing where Adam Page comes out, and then they do an angle, and then Jonathan Gresham eventually wins the match because of that sort of thing. That's very WWE, but I could see that happening in Ring of Honor, and that'd be fine. And I just think that'd be hilarious, but it's obviously not happening here. Lethal makes sense in kayfabe in the story. I joke that he hates the foundation, but that is, if you watch the TV tapings, that is the storyline that's been happening. He has been sort of feuding. The foundation's been feuding with the Righteous and Vincent. Vincent plays this out of context tape of Jay Lethal being like, I don't even like the foundation. And the foundation guys are like, whoa, what the fuck, man? So in kayfabe, in the story, in the world of Ring of Honor, this match makes sense. It's the perfect match that Ring of Honor could have at this moment as the replacement? Is it the match that the wrestling world wants? Not necessarily, but we'll see what happens there. The other news coming out of Fightful is that apparently AEW is sending more people over to Ring of Honor.
Are they sending Hook?
I don't know. They're saying sending, so it could probably be Hook, but he has no Ring of Honor ties, so I don't know. But they're sending, apparently, according to Fightful Select, AEW is sending more people over. We don't know who, obviously, but there's going to be more people there. And also on top of that, Impact is going to be sending over somebody. A full-time signed wrestler. I've heard people speculate Chris Sabin. I've heard Eddie Edwards, and then they can bring in Davey Richards and do the American Wolves. Chris Sabin, I think that makes sense. I think I agree with you. Moose is obviously right up there. Ring of Honor star Moose.
You just gotta name all the former ROH stars. Absolutely wild to me, by the way, that Moose was in Ring of Honor. What a period they had.
I'm looking
and
up.
then he said, nah, you know what? I'm going to move up in the world. I'm going to go to Impact.
Let's see which Impact wrestler, full-time Impact wrestler, can probably show up. Chelsea Green,
Chris Sabin and Eddie Edwards are probably the answer.
And of course, we're thinking people that are previously in Ring of Honor. So Chris Sabin is the only guy that really pops up. Eddie Edwards could be there. Deanna? No. She has Ring of Honor ties, but no.
That would be a weird one. Well, she was there, but be weird.
Yeah. There's like nobody else on this list.
No, we nailed the few that would be options.
Johnny Swinger, maybe.
Give me the Motor City Machine Guns versus the American Wolves.
Jordan Grace.
What are you just naming people now?
Kind of.
Okay, cool. I'm expecting AEW to have Christopher Daniels there. I'm expecting.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
and Kaz. You send Kaz over, why not?
Yeah, sure. Congrats. I mean, it would be shocking, I think, to see Punk or Danielson, truthfully. But they're both Ring of Honor. Debatably Ring of Honor around Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
So they're two of the bigger ones, but there's plenty of roster members up and down that AEW roster that have ROH side. They're getting Bobby Fish.
Yeah. I think the easiest ones are like Daniels, Kaz, Bobby Fish, maybe Kyle O'Reilly, maybe Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh, he could show up. That'd be nice, actually. Former Ring of Honor World Champion, Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole, baby. 3 times.
There's a lot of people.
$1.
I think the question is, also, this goes to the whole Final Battle thing, is this an actual end of Ring of Honor, or is this thing, just a hiatus, which is super weird still.
Oh, yeah, it is.
There's this idea of how much of a eulogy of Ring of Honor they want to do. Because they could bring in whoever they want. We can get video messages from all these people. Who the hell knows? Right. So it's the questions there. The questions are all there, and we just have to, who the hell knows what's going to happen.
All right, let me ask you the question.
Sure.
Since we're not talking about Final Battle until next week when it's all said and done. I will personally be watching live tonight, live on Fight. Yeah, free press. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ring of Honor.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Do you
Delirious.
think tonight is the final event Ring of Honor ever runs?
I want to say no. I want to say no, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Like, I part of me feels like, yeah, it's very weird. And a lot of the guys, a lot of the people that are like really eulogizing Ring of Honor right now are like your Dalton Castles, I don't want to say Jay Lethal. He got out of there as soon as possible. Your Dalton Castles, your Tavens, your Briscoes, your people that are your full-time Ring of Honor contracted wrestlers that had good contracts to only work at Ring of Honor. You know, before all the they weren't doing indie spots. You know,
Right.
So all those people are the guys super eulogizing Ring of Honor. Everyone else, I think, is upset, but it doesn't necessarily. I don't get that vibe. So I can see them basically trimming the top of the card and then reworking and restructuring and having a lot of the lower card and having your Eli Isom still around and all that stuff. That is what I think. I also wouldn't be surprised if it's the last show, but at this point, I don't know. I don't think Sinclair is gonna get rid of them. I think if Ring of Honor is able to trim it down, but then run some actual shows of actual people, I think they can make more money, and that'd be good for their business, and maybe they can stay around. But they have to change that up, and they got to change up a lot of things if they want to continue being around, I guess.
So the answer is you have no freaking clue.
Yeah, I'm leaning to no, but I have no freaking idea.
I think the silence on behalf of Jonathan Gresham has actually been very interesting. He's been very loyal in a sense that the only thing we know about his future is that he's, has his own little promotion going on in Georgia.
Which I can't. We're gonna preview that show, man.
Yes, Terminus, which he tweeted the other day. Should we air it live? And I was like, yes. Come on now. But that's really all he's been doing. He hasn't been taking too many dates in the future. Of course, he's going to be part of the 16 karat gold tournament, but that's fine. I don't think that affects anything.
But also Gresham has already been taking dates, so it's like hard to tell if it's anything different. He took it before the Ring of Honor stuff was announced. He's been doing GCW. He's been doing New Japan. So
it's weird. It's weird. I mean, to me, perfect scenario for Jonathan Gresham is that he does AEW and New Japan while getting to do his other stuff. Maybe he can show up for some GCW shows. And of course, Terminus, which is a big one. I just think we agreed when we talked about Ring of Honor closing down that he is the guy. Like, he is the free agent of sorts. So I'm just interested to see what he does following tonight's show. Yeah. What does he do? What does he go to AEW at Winter is Coming? Does he not go to AEW at all? That's definitely a possibility that I think a lot of us are just kind of like not thinking about, because everyone just looks at AEW and says, oh, that's the place. If you're top of the top, you got to go there. I don't think that's the way Gresham works. I've never gotten that feeling that that's his whole idea. And really, him winning that Ring of Honor World title is still mission number one, even if the title's not on the line. But I think it will end up being on the line somewhere soon. I don't know how. Maybe it's on tonight. Maybe they do Shane Taylor versus Kenny King, Jay Lethal versus Jonathan Gresham. Winner goes to that. What?
How dare you mispronounce that name?
No, we're not.
It's doing Shane Taylor versus Kenny King. King.
Just no. That was not. No.
Ring
He's
of
like
Honor,
the least important part of this entire scenario.
Ring of Honor has stated that during the Hour 1 YouTube pre-show, they're going to address the world title situation. So we will find out what is happening with that world title at some point.
You know who's the second biggest free agent coming out of Ring of Honor?
Who?
This might be a hot take, but Ian Riccaboni. That dude is so good at his job, and I hope that he doesn't go away from pro wrestling.
If I was AEW, I understand what their purpose is, but if I was AEW, while JR is out, I would bring in Ian Riccaboni.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good.
I think
either that or New Japan brings him in.
Yes. Oh fuck yeah, please. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because then because Kevin, I was gonna say, I was like, then Kevin Kelly can stay in Japan, and it's like, well, no, he has a family that he would like to see.
You can bring him to Strong.
You can bring him to Strong, and then Kelly doesn't have to necessarily work those dates if he doesn't necessarily want to.
You can roll out the Riccaboni Aiden English combo, which I think would actually be pretty good, and not that guy that I have to listen to all the time, Kozlov.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not good. Yeah, I think Ian Riccaboni is like a huge get for any promotion if they really want to get him. I think he's outstanding commentator. Put him in Impact, and you're gonna make Impact seem more important.
Wouldn't have to listen to Matt Stryker anymore. Sounds like a win there.
Yeah, like he is. I mean, I love the commentary team of Caprice and Ian. I think they're outstanding, outstanding duo. And I agree. I think they're a get if you want to get them. And again, I understand why JR is there, because JR is there to attract that sort of older audience. Kind of, but that's also the similar of Schiavone. So I also think Ian Riccaboni is very similar. He's more similar to Excalibur than he is to JR. Yeah. But who cares? You got an empty seat.
give me Riccaboni and Taz calling Rampage.
Yeah, why not? Let's do that. I mean, why not? I mean, why not have Excalibur just be the head of Dynamite, and then do Riccaboni in Taz? Yeah. I mean,
because Excalibur does all the other shows too. Like, it's not a bad thing to give him time away and just be like, hey, listen, you don't have to do every show. Like, you can take a break.
Yeah, and we know
Rampage is so short,
and we know the EVPs love him. I remember distinctly Cody Rhodes saying how much he loves Ian Riccaboni. Thinks he's one of the best commentators. He was saying that around All In.
I think he definitely has a spot there if he wants it, and which of course they'd have to figure it out. But
Ian Riccaboni going somewhere else, it will be another domino in another arrow in the quiver of everyone being like, oh yeah, there's no longer going to be a Riccaboni.
I could see him wait it out. I could definitely see him wait it out.
I agree.
Because he works elsewhere. He's not only a pro wrestling commentator, but I feel that he should be, because he's that good.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. We'll see.
Moving on. Let's move on. Let's review NXT WarGames, baby. NXT 2.0 WarGames.
Holy shit, that feels so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Some ice cold
so much
takes.
Happens in a week.
Some ice cold takes of WarGames.
That when we review these shows that are a week off, it's not ice cold. It is just dead.
But I like how the ice cold takes seemingly only come up with WWE stuff.
Well, yeah, because we record on Sundays and all their pay-per-views are on, except for day one.
Yeah, baby.
Is H.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to day one.
Good. It's a good show. It's a good card.
Well, here are my thoughts. One, there was like 3 matches that I saw announced so far, and one of them is Roman Reigns versus Brock. The other is like Usos versus the New Day, and another one is Big E versus Rollins versus Owens. And what could be Owens' last match in WWE.
That might be all their best talent.
Yeah.
Left.
On top of that, it's a Saturday, so great. On top of that, this apparently day one, and I could have guessed this, day one is Nick Khan's idea. So, and apparently Nick Khan wants it to be a future like 5, part of the big 5 major pay-per-views. So they want the show to be really good.
It's a good concept.
Yes. Oh yeah. I think it's a good concept, but they want it to be really good. Nick Khan is the CEO, so you got to impress the CEO of the show, a whole damn thing, or CFO or whatever the hell he is. The president,
chief firing officer.
Anyways, NXT 2.0. Yeah, so let's talk NXT 2.0. Main event, WarGames, men's WarGames, Team Black and Gold versus Team 2.0. Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, Tony D'Angelo defeat the team of Gargano, LA Knight, Pete Dunne, and Tommaso Ciampa. Any ice cold takes on this match?
It was an emotional ride. It was an emotional ride from the start. I think you know what I'm talking about. He's eating a donut, by the way, everyone. I just want to call him out. He's eating a donut. So like, just so calm, so simple. He's like, yeah.
Look, if there is any show we're going to talk about today where I'm going to be able to eat food, I think.
Well, after this one match, it doesn't actually matter. So, but
also,
Johnny
real quickly, I just want to say I don't think we've had an episode that has been so copyrightable than today's. We've played so many copyrighted music today.
That's true.
We're gonna get pinged for sure. But yes, sorry.
Happens.
You were talking about Johnny Gargano, seemingly his last match in the Fed.
I was emotional, man. When that song hit, I was like, oh, he's leaving. Yeah. And me, for myself, I didn't really talk about this last week because I didn't think he was really gonna leave. Like, I just didn't. And then the music hit, and I was like, he looks emotional. I'm now emotional. Johnny Gargano for me is someone that, really, I was a big fan, which I still am. I'm not saying I'm no longer a fan of Johnny Gargano, but those NXT days, like those days even before he was in the title hunt, he was teaming with Ciampa, and you're just having all these great matches at TakeOver before AEW is ever a thing. I mean, that was it. NXT was it for a long time for a lot of us. And it sucks that NXT's become what it is now, but it's understandable, as we've said time and time again. But Johnny Gargano was a big part of that. His match with Andrade is still one of the best matches I've seen in the past decade. It's just so good. His feud with Adam Cole, his feud with Ciampa, even though that, got old after a while, and his tag matches as part of DIY, those always were part of my favorites. DIY is one of my favorite tag teams ever. Like, I won't lie about that. And when the music hit and he walked out there, I was like, shit, this is if Johnny Gargano leaves NXT, it's completely over. Like, he was that heart for the brand. So seeing him here, and I thought he did his part in helping the likes of a Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller and Tony D'Angelo all look better in their win. I thought him and Carmelo Hayes had a good start. It's funny because they started off the match very wrestling based, like there was no WarGames aspect to it, and I thought that was good, and I am sad.
Yeah, in a lot of ways you can track the history and more so, I would say, the popularity of NXT through Johnny Gargano's story in NXT. Like coming in as an unsigned talent, eventually getting put into Dusty Rhodes Cup with Ciampa. They become a tag team. They go into the cruiserweight. Well, they don't go into the cruiserweight, but no, wait, did they?
They were in the cruiserweight.
Yeah, they were in the cruiserweight. They
fought each other in the first round.
Mm-hmm. And then eventually the NXT gets more and more popular. And who was the biggest star at NXT's peak? It was Johnny Gargano. Voice of Wrestling had this take as well, that Johnny Gargano is arguably the biggest star NXT has ever had, seeing that he was the biggest star at its peak. He is what NXT was. And, we talked about this last week a lot when we were previewing WarGames, is that NXT is no longer that Andrade Gargano, Aleister Black, even, DIY versus, I was going to say FTR, DIY versus those guys, the Revival. Yeah. It's no longer that. And with Gargano, getting diminished, put it down the cards a little bit to start putting over the new talent, and him now leaving, it's that period is I would say officially dead and gone. And another reason why I don't necessarily want Gargano back is it's now time for NXT to have a new person. And I think they have some people. I don't think they have the right people yet. I mean, Gargano wasn't an immediate hire that NXT made when they became NXT. So it's going to take time. If I were to pick anyone out of this team 2.0, I think they got something in Hayes. I think they got something in Waller. Tony D'Angelo, I'm still unsure about. Braun Breaker, I don't hear him getting a ton of praise this match. I think part of it is because he couldn't break the lock off of a door.
Yeah, yeah.
That hurt a lot of street cred for Braun Breaker.
But they made him look like a star. And
Yeah.
again, that was the goal of this match. And I think they let all 8 shine. I think that's important. Like even LA Knight and Tony D'Angelo shine, which I thought were the weaker parts of the team. I think they had some shine.
Mhm.
I thought it was a very good War Games match. I mean, judging these matches is so weird because it's just plunder and plunder
Yeah.
and plunder and more plunder.
Mhm.
But I thought the way they told the story was really good, and I like the ending where Braun Breaker almost just kills Carmelo Hayes. By the way, when Carmelo Hayes is up for the fairy tale ending, and then Breaker just spares Ciampa, and also it looked like he caught Carmelo Hayes' head
Mhm.
on the way through, and then he hits the power slam for the win. They accomplished everything they wanted to with the match, and everything they should have wanted to, because you're trying to get over the new talent. I thought you got over the new talent by pinning Ciampa. Listen, I don't think Tony D'Angelo is going for her. I don't. I really don't. He's doing the gabagoo thing. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Grayson Waller, listen, they can keep trying to make him a thing. I don't really know. I think it's the other two. Those two are the prize possessions of sorts of NXT 2.0. And I think those are the two you just keep focusing on. But you had to fill in the other spots.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely they needed a fourth guy. They're like, who's popular right now? Tony D'Angelo, get him in. Yeah, no, I'm still, and I brought it up last week when we were previewing it. Is just like the idea that the heels are the new guys.
Yeah, it's weird.
This match, because they were the heels, the Team 2.0 were the heels, and because it's seemingly Gargano's last match in the NXT, this match was laced in like good feeling, sad, bittersweet nostalgia over the DIY Johnny Gargano story, and it was laced throughout. So for me, I'm just like, I think this match, I think the 2.0 guys for me got good moments, but the star of the match was like Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah,
And that's the frustrating thing for me, because it's like, if this point of the match was to put over 2.0, I think Johnny Gargano and Ciampa got a bigger limelight.
Yeah.
That's my gripe.
No, I agree. I think DIY was the main attraction here, but it was a weird game to play for NXT the way they had to book this, because they had they probably knew Gargano was on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Ciampa, I mean, this is their last time on screen together. This is their last time they're teaming together.
Yeah.
So you want to get all those moments together.
Yeah.
They hit the super kick double knee combo.
It's a hands tied situation.
Yeah. And I think they did the best they could to make it work. Like it's really difficult to put all that together and still somehow try to get the young guys over while everyone's cheering for DIY, and that was never gonna not happen.
Yeah.
But I thought they did good for what they needed. And it's really weird because, like, if you watch NXT 2.0 afterwards, which was not that great of a show, Braun Breaker's just very loud cheer. Like, he is very much a babyface, but for that match solely, he had to be a heel. It's really weird, like, the way they're doing that. I mean, Toxic Attraction was cheered in the first match. I don't understand what is in the water. Oh, well, it's Florida, so probably funny. But like, that crowd off the hinges. I have zero understanding of what they're cheering for, but yeah.
Let's just go right into that one. Let's just go right into the we'll do the audible and go right into the women's WarGames match. Women's WarGames
not go into the two singles matches.
Yeah, the other women's WarGames match was Cora Jade Cora Jade, Io Shirai,
Cora Jade,
Raquel Gonzalez defeating the team of Dakota Kai and Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, and Mandy Rose. What did you think about this match?
Was the match great? No. No, it's probably the worst WarGames match yet that NXT's done. However, they listened to me. They did exactly what I wanted them to do, and that's all that matters. They pushed Cora Jade to the moon. They built the match around Cora Jade, and it made sense because she is your future star. No offense to the Mandy Rose, full offense. No offense to JC Jane, who's not very good. I think Gigi Dolin is probably going to be a star because, you know, she had the loudest freaking reaction of this entire match, which I was just sitting there. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like what did she do to just get over with this crowd? That's different from anyone else. But I think Gigi can be a star, and there's a reason JC Jane was the one pinned. But Cora Jade, she's a star. She has the same vibe that an AJ Lee had, same vibe that Bailey had. Very likable, very easy to get behind, easy underdog to cheer for. She does the dive from the top where I thought she legitimately wrecked her shoulder. She sells her shoulder very well throughout the match that you think she's legitimately hurt. Mm-hmm. She's not, by the way, but you believed it.
I'll give her that because there was some good selling there because I was legitimately like, I think did she? And then as soon as she went over to the other side and they did the whole Io Shirai gimmick, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, once they did the Io Shirai thing, I was like, oh, okay.
Which was weird. I like that. Io Shirai's big moment in the match was popping Cora Jade's shoulder back in.
I mean, I like Io Shirai. It's like, no, you're not leaving. We're winning.
Yeah.
And then just tried to pop her shoulder, and that was wild. But they went, they did the Hail Mary. They were like, okay, let's just get Cora Jade over. She does a dive. She ultimately gets the pin in the end, despite having one arm. Like you said, Io Shirai didn't do too much. I completely forgot Kaylee Ray was in the match.
I completely forgot Raquel was in the match.
Me too. I forgot all of them were in the match. It felt like 4 against Cora Jade.
Yeah.
Which is why you said Cora Jade defeated the entire team.
Because it ultimately was. I mean, she was doing the big spots. She got the pin in the end. This was a massive push built around Cora Jade. And
she's wrestled for 3 years.
She's wrestled for 3 years.
This past week was her 3-year anniversary. So I was like, wow, good for her.
And she'll eventually win the title and then lose the title to Tiffany Stratton.
Ew. I mean,
that was a great Tiffany Stratton impression. I feel like that's something Tiffany would say about Cora Jade.
You said the name and I was like, who the hell is that? And I was like, oh, it's Daddy's little girl, right?
Yeah. Yeah, baby, the tennis player. The gymnast. Yeah, no, I thought this match was I thought this match was fine. I thought this match was perfectly fine. I thought it was some hokey spots.
I mean, every WarGames match they had before like this year was great, I thought.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tough.
I think part of the problem of like WarGames is
it's long.
They're long, they're naturally long matches. And on top of that, we're doing 2 a night. So it's like you have to come up with enough unique ideas and spots to not only differentiate yourself from the one last year, but differentiate yourself from the one happening the same night. So you have to come up with a lot of different things. And I think there were some cool things in here. Like I said, though, the only thing I remember is the Cora Jade stuff. And I guess that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, they accomplished the goal. Now let's talk about Imperium real quick and stop talking about the show.
I was going to save them for last so we get the shit.
Oh, good call. We
save the best for last.
I just think we skipped those completely.
Duke Hudson loses his hair versus Cameron Grimes.
That sucked.
I know. I was like, do we have any ice cold takes?
My tweet was, if you do a Poison Rana, that doesn't make the match good. And that is how I felt about this match. It was not good. Cameron Grimes is a good wrestler, but this match was not good. That is my freezing, ice cold take of the year.
And then they have Duke Hudson come out on Tuesday in a blonde wig, like doing the same exact thing that Kurt Angle did, 2 decades ago?
and not nearly as well because no one gives a shit about Duke Hudson.
He's not Kurt Angle.
You think I care any less about Duke Hudson than I already do? No, I don't either.
I don't know what they're doing. I think Cameron Grimes is great. I think Cameron Grimes is someone that they should be pushing, but obviously they're putting all their focus on the 2.0 people.
He's young enough to be part of that.
I know. That's why I'm mad about it. That's why I'm mad about it, because I think Cameron Grimes is good.
I mean, he's your best shot at.
He's over with the crowd and everything.
Yeah, he gives you he at least can be your new underdog. You know, if Gargano's especially gone, like he instantly can be slotted into the babyface underdog role, which I think him versus Braun Breaker down the line for the title, which will happen, makes sense.
Yeah, I think if anything, you do Cameron Grimes can take the title off of Ciampa, and then you can do some other situation.
To the moon.
But more than likely, it's gonna be Cameron Grimes defeating Carmelo Hayes. That's my guess.
Ooh, that sounds good. That'd be a good match, actually.
Roderick Strong defended his NXT Cruiserweight title, which seemingly has no weight limit anymore. So I don't know what they're gonna call it. It's just not the Cruiserweight, because whatever. Against Joe Gacy, 8 minutes 27 seconds. This match, boy howdy.
It happened. It happened. I want to point out that Roderick Strong, great wrestler.
Great wrestler.
I want to point out Joe Gacy before NXT, solid wrestler.
Solid wrestler.
I want to point out this match sucked. This was not good. Neither of these two matches in here were good. Let's just tell it like it is. They weren't good. They started off hot, you know, got a nice WarGames match, make a star and Cora Jade, and have the tag team match that we're about to talk about. And then they just dumped this load of shit on us. It was just terrible. And I hate the Joe Gacy character. It's so boring and stupid. And I feel bad for Roderick Strong. I love Diamond Mine. I'll keep saying that. I love Diamond Mine. I think every single one of them are stars, especially the newer folks. No offense to Roderick Strong. Just listen, he's like almost 40 years old. His opportunities aren't going to be there that much longer in NXT 2.0. But you got the Creed brothers, you got Ivy Nile. I think there's a lot of stock in them. And then you got Malcolm Bivens, of course, who's just, you know, great. But this match sucked.
I think this was Joe Gacy's best match in NXT so far. Probably.
That tells you a lot.
Maybe not, because he did the breakout tournament. I'm going to say this gimmick of Joe Gacy, it was his best match.
That says a lot. Yeah. And I agree. But it wasn't good.
Joe Gacy has like the same level of character depth as Tony D'Angelo does. And it's the same issue as Tony D'Angelo in that, great, we saw the gimmick. What else? What else you got for me? I don't, what else? It's just that, that's what it is. And Harlan adds nothing, has added nothing. It's just a guy he's just there. He's just a guy that looks terrifying. That's just there.
He's wrestling this week. I saw. I was like, oh
yeah,
great. Great.
I'm Harlan on a feeling, bum, bum.
Harlan's got nothing on Hook. Nothing.
Speaking about
Harlan, might be the complete opposite of Hook, actually. Like, he's hideous. He's probably not going to be very good. He's hideous.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's move on to the best match on this entire show. I think we can both agree, and I think everyone in the world agrees. At least, Cage Match actually says this wasn't the best match on the entire show.
Yeah, they probably picked WarGames.
Dave also says WarGames is better than this match. And that it was the NXT Tag Team title match between Imperium, Fabian Eichner, and Marcel Bartel versus Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner.
Yeah, you can take the Von Wagner part out of it because he didn't really do anything to make this match great. Who did do everything to make this match great? That boy Fabian Eichner.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, this dude is so good, and he's always been so good. Like since he just dipped his toe in the Cruiserweight Classic, and he looked like this heavyweight among cruiserweights, and he's so good.
He's
so good. He does things that he shouldn't be able to do. He can fly with the high flyers. He can lift with the super heavyweights, and he's just really good. And that's no shot at Marcel Barthel, who I think is also good.
Yeah.
I think they just work so well together. And I'm sitting here thinking and watching this match, I'm like, man, Imperium would be so good like anywhere else. They would be so incredible anywhere else. Like, imagine that faction in AEW or New Japan. Oh my God. Those three would be amazing in either of those promotions. But they're here in WWE, and we just have to appreciate what they're doing anyways. They're still doing it in WWE. This was a great tag team match. I thought Kyle O'Reilly looked really good in this match as well. And I was like, oh, this is the Kyle we all know and love. Von Wagner was there.
I'll say to Von Wagner.
He's not bad in the ring.
He's not bad in the ring. I don't think he detracted anything from this match. I think he perfectly held his own, was able to,
he filled the holes.
Fill the holes of these guys. Obviously, this match was built around the three great wrestlers, and then Von Wagner was able to do his spot. So I'll give him some points there. I'll tip the hat there. So good job.
Good job,
Wags.
Frankenstein.
Good job, Vonnie Wags.
Monster. Frankenstein. Monster.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Fabian Eichner.
Vonnie Wags.
It took you a while to get that one.
Well, I was thinking about the Frankenstein's monster thing, and then he was like, he just called him Vonnie Wags.
Vonnie, the Wagster. Fabian Eichner was just outstanding. Kyle O'Reilly was great. Marcel was great. Just the match is just giving all the great spots to Fabian Eichner. This guy's good, man. This tag team is good. God, they're good.
Yeah, when they get released, they're gonna be great. They're gonna be great at AEW. I hope they don't get released, but like, I do always fear for these types of people, aka good wrestlers.
Anyone that's great in NXT 2.0 right now is like, man, I can't wait to see them leave eventually.
Yeah, because they're probably not like, it's just scary, and I don't know who's gonna stay, who's gonna go. But I do want to say, Imperium shredded. Like I think this might be recent, but they are shredded.
It's upsetting how shredded they are.
Yeah,
as I eat my morning donuts, it's upsetting how shredded they are.
This match is great.
This match is really great. I think I haven't looked at my match of the week stuff yet, but I'm pretty sure this is my match of the week because it was just outstanding. Just
clearly
outstanding.
You didn't watch Hook wrestle.
Well, I did, sir. This match was so good. Good. I like, oh man, and I just don't know where we go next with Imperium. It's obviously, I guess, what's next for them is the Creed brothers or.
Ooh, I kind of like that thought though, because of the wrestling base of the Creed brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's the tag team division in NXT right now is not too shab. I think. They're all pretty good. They're just not built up enough. They're too new because we got Imperium, we got Grizzly Young Vets, we got Legado del Fantasma, Creed Brothers. We got JB and BJ.
Excuse me,
Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. And I think that's it. I think that's entire division. And I think all those teams are pretty good. I just think that they're not being built up
about
enough.
Briggs and Jensen. I will be truly honest with you.
Fair.
Not a big fan of Briggs and Jensen.
I don't blame you whatsoever.
Imperium versus GYV, just give me that, and then you can do whatever you want with them. Like you can ruin GYV after that. Just give me that match.
Yeah.
Also, news that we're not going to talk about ever again. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven won the NXT UK Tag Team Championships for the first time. And let me tell you, man,
Let me talk to you.
I think they are so good, and I'm really sad that no one cares about them anymore.
Yeah, I did that bit on Happy Hour because Happy Hour is a great episode on Thursday, by the way. Or it's coming out. I think it's coming out today. I don't know if I should spoil it, but basically it was like I wanted them to name the current NXT Tag Team UK champions, and I was like, well, the titles changed today. So if you could tell me who the new champions who changed titles today, who those people are, and they took a shot in the dark and got it right. Because
Listen,
I was like, can you name me Pretty Deadly? But yeah, but then I followed up saying like, man, Tyler Bate, first ever NXT UK Triple Crown champion. I don't. Has anyone seen any of his matches lately?
I have.
You're my only person.
Listen. I want everyone to know that NXT UK has the best brand of champions in WWE right now, and no one knows it. Ilya Dragunov at the top, great. Michael Satomura as the women's champion, great. Noam Dar, very good. Heritage Cup champion holder. I have no fucking clue what that cup means. And now Mustache Mountain. I like to say mustache. It's funny. Mustache Mountain, of course.
I like how you couldn't make this claim until Mustache Mountain won the titles.
Listen, I've only seen one Pretty Deadly match before this week. I didn't see it this one yet. I watched Blair Davenport beat up Amelia McKenzie, who, for those who don't know, is Bea Priestley and Millie McKenzie, because names changed at WWE. I don't know why that's the only match I saw from the show so far. It just happened.
How is Blair Davenport doing?
Oh, she fits so well in listen, I'm not a big B fan, but she fits so well. Like, they have made her look like a star. Like, they give her the big entrance, and it just works. She's probably going to beat Satomura because you don't bring in Bea Priestley probably unless you're not have her win, which sounds so weird, but that's just the truth. I guess for NXT UK, but she's a star in there, and I'm not a big fan of hers. But her move, like her in ring, it's not bad when you compare it to non-Joshi wrestlers, which of course she wrestled with for years, so it was hard to say anything. But yeah, she's definitely a star that they like. Makes sense. She's very young still. She's good.
There's a future there. There's a future in Davenport.
Well, NXT UK, I don't know how much of a future there is. I don't understand that brand. Like, what's the purpose of it anymore? Because I just said they have all these great champions. They have some really good wrestlers that aren't champion, but I have no idea what the point of this brand is anymore.
Didn't they release somebody recently? NXT UK? Hold on.
I don't think so.
Joseph Connors?
Oh, I think he left. Like, I think his contract expired. Yeah. They didn't release him.
Oh man, the tower of NXT UK is falling.
To be fair, I don't think he added literally anything to that show. I think he was like with Ginny.
Yeah.
By the way, Walter is with Ginny.
Oh wait, what is this? I'm just looking at WWE's NXT UK's roster, and I see Ginny. And it says note here, co-host of WWE The Run-In. What the hell is WWE The Run-In?
I don't know, but I need you to see this. Look at this.
Oh, I saw that. Amanda Graham that to me the other day. Let's move forward. Let's move on to other stuff. We got 3 other shows to preview real quickly. We got AEW Winter's Coming.
Yeah, no shot.
New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Juniors World Tag League Finals, and Stardom Osaka Super Wars. Scotty, what would you like to talk about first?
I think we should end with Winter is Coming. So let's do Stardom first, because I feel like we're going to talk about a certain someone for a while on the New Japan show.
That's the only real thing to talk about in the New Japan show.
Hey! You put some respect on Yo's name. I like Yo.
Anyways, Stardom Osaka Super Wars is happening.
Now I get to cry.
This next Saturday, December 18th. This is coming off of the heels real quickly of Stardom announcing that since joining Bushiroad, profits have increased 2.5 times. Stardom is the #1 promotion in Japan in views on YouTube. Paid video subscribers increased 3 times, and fan club subscribers increased 10 times, plus new TV deals, including a prime time slot on Tokyo MX. So big Big news for Stardom. They're doing very successful business wise, so good on them.
Damn right they are.
We
2022, the year that Stardom it becomes a major.
The only full card I can find of Stardom Osaka Super Wars is on en.superluchas.com.
There are 3 matches set.
Yes.
Plus all 4. There's 4 set now, plus a finals match.
Yes.
So really, there's 5 total.
Yes. So let's go through this real quickly. We have the. And please correct this website if it's incorrect, because I'm unsure. The World of Stardom Title Challenge, right? I'm going to read also directly how it's written. World of Stardom Title Challenge Right Special Match, Gauntlet Match. Shuri versus Lady C, Mai Sakurai, and Waka Tsukiyama.
It's a gauntlet.
It's a gauntlet.
It's Shuri just murdering people.
Yeah.
Can't be bad.
So is the right to challenge on the line in this gauntlet?
No. The way Stardom gauntlets work is that even if you lose, they keep going.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait.
First of all, Shuri ain't losing. These wrestlers have like a combined 3 wins.
Yeah.
And Mai Sakurai's 2 are against Waka.
Yeah. I don't think Lady C will be facing Utami at Dream Queendom.
No, there's no worry here. It's just like they pretty much were just like, well, you see, Shuri, we don't have a spot for you on this show. So you kind of just gotta beat people up. And she was probably like, I'm game. All right, let's do it. And that's what they're doing. So yeah, should be fun.
What to preview there? What to preview there?
Literally nothing.
Let's talk about, this was written here, loser forced unit withdraw captain's fall match.
That's the main event.
Oh, is that the main event? I assume it probably is.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's
gonna be me crying.
Yeah, basically, it's somewhat confusing of a match. It is a 8 versus 8 match where
they changed it.
They changed it.
So usually these matches
this website isn't up to date. What the fuck?
So usually what these matches are is that everyone can get eliminated. Like the goal is whoever gets eliminated last has to change factions.
Yes.
But Stardom realized, shit, Queen's Quest is kind of overpowered compared to Oedo Tai. So the rules
especially with Konami leaving,
Yeah. So the rules are, if Momo or Starlight Kid get pinned, the match is over.
Yes.
Other people can get eliminated, but the match ends once one of them are pinned. And they were like, as soon as they announced that, I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense because there's 0 chance you pin Utami.
Yeah.
Or Saya, who have, the biggest matches at the next pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So pain will be rising as Momo is going to get pinned and switch factions. And I'm going to be sad.
In theory, Utami could be pinned.
Well, she could, but there's just literally no reason now.
It would be a dumb reason, but you could have Konami pinner. Nothing matters.
Konami pinner.
Konami's leaving. Utami's probably going to lose the title. It's like,
I don't think Utami's losing the title.
Ooh, we'll get to that.
We'll talk about that next week.
So basically there's a scenario where this match could be like 4-1 at one point, where it's like Momo versus the entire Oedo Tai team. And then Momo just pins Starlight Kid and then she wins and Starlight Kid becomes Queen's Quest.
It's not the best rule, but I understand why they're doing it.
I think it's interesting. It's definitely different.
Can't wait for Starlight Kid to be 4-1 and just pin Momo and win. Or cry.
It definitely feels like with Konami Limi that Momo is getting pinned here and joining Oedo Tai.
Momo's been the leader of Queen's Quest since Io Shirai left.
Yeah.
And now she's going to Oedo Tai.
And it feels like the replacement there is obviously Utami, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, come on now. Yeah, she will be taking over, and they're gonna have to add someone new because they're gonna be a trio, and that's gonna be really weird. A very good trio, but a trio nonetheless.
If
So yeah,
only there
Marvel's
was a
gonna lose.
free agent out there that has friends with you, is friends of Io Shirai.
That would be interesting,
That'd
but
be-
not. I mean, I don't even think she needs to join a group, but
yeah, I mean they're definitely gonna add people. They're probably gonna add
yeah.
like Lady C or something.
Well, in the Joshi sphere, there's been like 9 or 10 free agents all of a sudden, so they'll be adding some people.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the other 2/3 matches, and that
A
is
trios tournament for money.
Trios tournament for money, a 10 million yen prize contest tournament where it's going to be 4 trios. We have Micah, Himika, and Natsupoi on one faction. We have Mayu Iwatani, Hazuki, and Kagama in another faction. We have Tam Nakano, Unagi Sayaka, and Mina Shirakawa in another faction. And then we have a team from Marvelous with Takumi Aroha, Rin Katakura, and just Maria.
Yes, just Maria.
Just Maria.
We love Maria.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? Yes,
Good.
so we're going to have it is a tournament where the overall winner is going to get 10 million yen. I assume to just the faction, not each.
Well.
Wait, am I mistaken?
First of all, Mayu Iwatani saying, "I want money. Let's do this." It's great. This is how the entire trios thing happened. She was like, "Let's wrestle for 10,000 yen." Because why not?
10 million yen. Is it? I believe it's 10 million yen.
Jesus Christ. I don't know about 10 million.
The graphic has
Maybe.
the numbers.
Oh no, that makes sense. That would probably make sense because I don't know how much yen. That makes sense. That probably makes sense.
To give you the conversion, 10 million yen is $88,195 US.
Jesus Christ.
Some money.
Either way.
Stardom's maybe this is the point where I should have brought up the big business Stardom has.
This is true. Anyways, DDM is putting their Artist of Stardom titles on the line. So if they lose, I think they lose the titles.
One would presume.
And then so interesting little tournament here. Listen, they had a pay-per-view and they have the biggest pay-per-view of the year at the end of the year, and they're like, let's just do something fun. So that's what they're doing here. Should be fun. I have no clue who's gonna win. I mean, Stars would make tons of sense. They'd probably be Cosmic Angels, and then Marvelous could be DDM.
Let's talk about that semifinal first. We got DDM, Micah, Himika, and Natsupoi, who are also defending their titles against the Marvelous team of Aroha, Katakura, and Maria.
Yeah, it should be really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with DDM, but I really have no idea because Hameka put the titles on the line for them, because the whole story they're trying to tell us, Hameka is like at odds with DDM, and she's just doing things, just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and
she's the wild card.
The plan here.
She's the wild card of DDM.
She is. So that's the plan. I feel like if the titles are on the line in this match, DDM wins. But if it's a sense of only if they get to the finals, then maybe they can lose, and then you do Marvelous versus Stars in the main, which makes that's probably where they're going, honestly, is Marvelous versus Stars.
Well, then you're saying Marvelous is going to win the titles and then defend.
Yeah, why not?
And then presumably defend them in the main event?
Yeah, that's sure.
Well,
I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall here.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me.
The other semifinal match is, of course, Stars, Mayu Iwatani, Hazuki, and Kagama versus Cosmic Angels and Tam Nakano, Sayaka, and Shirakawa. It definitely feels like Stars could win. I don't know.
Stars will win. Stars will win. It's Mayu's tournament. She has to win. At least get to the finals.
But what if she loses?
Well, then I
Mayu,
don't know
no,
because she's not going to wrestle any of them.
I think Mayu can win this, but I think she's going to lose the finals.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which means I don't think Marvelous is going to win their match, which means I think DDM is going to go all the way.
But the story with DDM is like they can't work together. So honestly, truthfully, I have no clue who's going to win this, and I guess that's the fun of it because like there's so many like Marvelous winning doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm going off the assumption that
Unless Marvelous is joining Stardom even more, then they can win.
If Kyrie is coming in, Stars is losing.
Yeah, that's fair. But
right?
There's I mean, my idea is that they're probably going to keep Mayu Hazuki together. Saya Iida is going to come back. They'll team in a trio for the Artists of Stardom titles at Dream Queendom.
Mm-hmm.
But if Kairi Hojo's coming in, you can just toss that right out the door. I have no idea. It's going to be a fun show. It's not going to be the usual Stardom show where you have, all these great title matches and whatnot. It's just going to be a fun show until the end when I'm very sad.
Unless Kyrie shows up.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
What would you like to talk about next? AEW or New Japan?
I said we'll end with Winter is Coming.
Oh, you're right. Let's talk about New Japan. Best of Super Juniors World Tag League Finals are happening this Wednesday. I believe it's 3 p.m. Eastern? No, that's tomorrow's night 11.
No way. That would be 4 a.m. Japan.
3 a.m. Eastern is what I meant. But that is actually for tomorrow's night 11 of World Tag League. So let's talk about the easier one to preview. And that is Best of the Super Juniors. Best of Super Juniors has had all of their nights, all of their stuff. The finals have been decided, but before I say those finals, Scotty, let me tell you the overall standings for the entire tournament. The overall standings are from bottom to last: Toki with 6 points, Kanemaru with 8 points, Wato with 8 points, Bushi with 10, Taguchi with 10, Sho with 12, Ishimori with 12, Phantasmo with 12, Robbie Eagles with 12, the champion Desperado with 13, Yo with 14, and Hiromu with 15, meaning the finals is going to be this Wednesday, Hiromu Takahashi versus Yo.
They're not very creative. Listen, I think everyone knew that Hiromu was going to probably make it to the finals, and, he doesn't have the title, so there's a good chance he wins. But, like, come on, not creative one bit. Like, he won last year, and we understand Hiromu's the ace of the division, but come on now. Like, come on. There's been some good matches in this tournament. I was just thinking back to when the show started, and when I say the show, I mean Ring Post Radio as a whole. Ooh. And how, like, our first show, we talked about how New Japan was in the shits or something like that, or it's not the same.
Yeah.
And I think as we continuously grow back, and our show continues on, they are growing back to this place of prominence in the wrestling scene, which is great. And I think Best of the Super Juniors and World Tag League have nothing to do with that. But Yo versus Hiromu Takahashi, looking forward to it. Gonna check it out. I think Hiromu's winning. I don't think they're giving it to Yo yet. I think Yo and Sho both a lot of potential. Both will be IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champions. But I don't think they're doing that yet. I don't think they're giving him the Wrestle Kingdom match against El Desperado. I think they know Despy versus Hiromu at Wrestle Kingdom is the match.
We know it ain't gonna be Yo.
How
dare you?
How dare you?
It's gonna be like Hiromu. Doesn't really work. It's great. Sure, I'll take your word for it. Did I watch a lick of Best of Super Juniors World Tag League? No. But we're gonna preview it. I mean,
they're two very different things. To be fair,
in terms of, I'm looking forward to like Wrestle Kingdom, and it's like,
So you've just moved on.
I've moved on. I've moved on. I've waved my. I love Best of the Super Juniors. but it was just like doesn't excite me. Doesn't excite me, so I just haven't watched it. I've been watching other great wrestling though.
Have you? Have you? Because we just talked about Joe Gacy versus Roderick Strong. So have you really been watching other great wrestling?
Great point. No, I think Yo it's a nice little single spot for Yo to have him on this sort of stage, but he's totally not going to winning because you're looking at Wrestle Kingdom with either it being Yo versus El Desperado in the Tokyo Dome or Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado in the Tokyo Dome. I think the writing is on the wall with who the winner is going to be here.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about the big news.
We'll get to the big news.
No, not that news.
Oh.
After January 29th, 2022, you no longer need to have a seat between people at Cork and Hall.
Yes. I forgot about that.
That's big.
I think they announced that New Japan announced that yesterday, maybe.
Yeah.
Where as of the end of January, they're going to be allowed to basically, it's based on what I read there. Still going to have to wear masks, obviously. Doesn't seem like they're going to be able to make noise yet, but at the very least,
I would have rather they did it the opposite way.
Yes, me too.
Let them make noise one seat apart.
But we'll get double the amount of clapping because they'll be able to get double the people, which means also we might have less New Japan shows. In theory, because they've been running a lot of like nonsense shows and whatnot, and running multiple days of things. Because they're trying to make up for that lost income. They might still be doing that to make up the previous lost income because they're going to be double the attendance. But that's great news for the business of New Japan, and great news if you were one of those people that were like, "Oh, I don't want these multiple days of shows or whatever. I don't want that." Then that's there you go. That's
great news for Japan.
Great news for Japan. That's a great forward movement on a frozen field in 2 years. That also, potentially, I don't know how New Japan contracts work or any of their deals work. That could be great news for the wrestlers. That means the gate is double the size.
I have a fun question for you at the conclusion of our New Japan talk.
Sure. Okay. That's a teaser, folks.
Just remind me I have it because I will forget.
Any other thoughts on Best of the Super Juniors?
Kanemaru's been really good. I'm just gonna give my overall BOSJ thoughts now because I will never talk about them again.
Please.
Show has very much taken on the House of Torture gimmick, which is unfortunate.
Should have been Yo.
Very good.
Should have been Yo.
But Yo's nice. Desperado, very good still. And Master Watto, getting better every day.
So am I.
I think they need to get to the point where he's just Watto because the Master thing sucks.
Everything about it sucks. It's Master Watto is the same depth of character as Tony D'Angelo.
How dare? That's fair.
It's like great. He's
but Master Watto's nice in the ring. He's nice.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Tony D'Angelo in the ring.
They should have got Ren Narita in this damn thing. That would have been great.
Oh, ship him over. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's a human. Not just shipping people like that. Come on now. Jesus.
World Tag League. We would have been able to do a full preview of the finals if we did this tomorrow. Again, I'm dogging my job here. But because of that, the final night 11, the final night of like regular competition before the finals is happening tomorrow morning at 3 a.m.
Yay.
And we have the standings, and there's a couple different things that could determine some stuff here. No one's previewed World Tag League to the point of figuring out who the winner could be.
It's almost like no one gives a shit.
But we have here currently the standings are, and I'll point out the big ones in the matches when we get to it. Standings are in last place at 0 points, Suzuki and Michinoku. 2 points. 2 points, Hanma and Makabe. 2 points, Nagata and Tiger Mask. 4 points, Kojima and Tenzan. 12 points. We go from 4 points to 12 points, Tanahashi and Toru Yano. It's Tanahashi, but also Yano. So I'm like, that's still a lot of points. 12 points, Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens. If you're a Bad Luck Fale fan, you're no longer going to see them until next year.
They gave them 12 points.
Yep. You're not going to see Bad Luck Fale.
Minoru Suzuki 0. So happy he went back.
Guerrillas of Destiny, 12 points. Evil, Yujiro Takahashi at 14 points.
Young Goats, House of Torture, represent.
Great Khan and Aaron Hanare with 14 points.
Oh, of course.
And then Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi at 16. Naito and Sonata at 16. Sabre Jr. and Taichi at 16. Heading into the final, or the night 11, which is tomorrow morning, of course. The important matches here are Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi versus Sabre Jr. and Taichi. Both teams have 16 points, meaning that all you have to do is have one team beat the other team. If they draw, then Naito and Sonata just need to win their match. Wait, but also I take that back. They just need to get top 2, right? This isn't a round robin. They just need to get top 2. Oh man, that fucks me up even more.
Okay. I'll make this simple. I think it'll be Goto and Yoshihashi versus Sonata and Naito.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be doing Goto and Yoshihashi and Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi twice in 1 week.
No, that'd be a bold move.
Yeah, so it's one of them are going to win, and then it's going to be Naito and Sonata, unless Evil and Takahashi can play spoiler and beat them. Which
this is a pro House of Torture podcast.
Because the other match that's important is Naito and Sonata versus Evil and Yujiro Takahashi.
I wonder what Evil's Wrestle Kingdom match is going to be.
It could be for the tag team champions.
He's bigger than that.
Who are the tag team champions right now?
Maybe he's actually going to replace Ospreay on night 2. Maybe it's going to. The winner of Shingo versus Okada gets evil.
For the love of all that is holy, please do not do that. Why?
I'm just gonna have the New Japan World cancel me now. No, Ospreay's already in Japan, so we know what he's doing.
Yeah, so I think Goto and Yoshihashi, I think that's a good pick. They'll beat that would be them beating the champions of Sabre and Taichi. If they
get a match,
because you're assuming that the champions are not going to be in the finals match.
No, because then if that happens, you're just gonna have that same exact match at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. And then Naito and Sonata, Evil and Yujiro could win. If they win, they get 16 points, tying with Sonata and Naito, but they have the win over them. Then it would just be a matter of Great Khan and Hanare losing their match.
They're not winning.
They are facing GOD. Great Khan and Hanare are facing GOD.
Hey, Ryan.
Uh-huh.
Shit, I forgot what I was going to say.
Wow.
Never mind.
Yeah, so Great Khan and Hanare have to win their match and
they're not
to tie at 16, and I don't know who has the draw or the tiebreaker between Evil and Yujiro and United Empire. So more than likely, I think it's probably going to be Naito and Sonata. I think that's the easier one.
Sense.
But Evil being there, I think Evil's being there to tease the thing, but I wouldn't be surprised also if it happens. The other matches are...
No, I wasn't done. No one cares about the other matches. You just told me Taka Michinoku and Minoru Suzuki have 0 points.
They're facing Kojima and Tenzan. and then Makabe and Hanma are facing Tiger Mask and Nagata. Tanahashi
Did you happen
and
to see the picture?
Tanahashi and Yano are facing Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens. What picture?
Did you see the picture of Hanma, Tanahashi, and the Cosmic Angels?
Hanma was excited.
That's knee pads.
his knee pads on. He was ready for some grappling. He was ready. Whatever Hama was ready for. He knew his knees were gonna get scruffed up, so he wanted to.
Too much. Sonata and Naito are my pick to win the whole tournament. They makes the most sense because those two, they're pretty prominent names in New Japan, and I don't think they have a clear singles matches at Wrestle Kingdom. So having them face dangerous techers for the titles sounds like a good choice to me.
Plus, if they both win their matches, they would both get 18 points and totally be in the finals, and then it's simplified that way. Yeah, baby. I am. Yeah,
them over Chaos. That should be actually a really good final.
Yeah, I think I should think that could be a good final. LIJ versus Chaos. And then presumably whoever wins that. Do you have an idea for the winner of what that match could be?
LIJ
versus, and then eventually going against Techers at Wrestle Kingdom.
Because I don't know what else you do with Naito.
Yeah, I think Naito is slowly joining Dad's club.
How dare you?
No, I mean, I understand what I'm saying there, and I know you're a Naito fan, but I think with the amount of injuries and the amount of, and
he just doesn't have knees, okay?
And basically his big story being, ultimately over, it is sort of like, what is next?
No, he's entering Tanahashi club. Yeah, I think Tanahashi club is different from Dad's club.
I can agree to that. I can concede to that point. That's a fair point. And then we'll have
good spot.
Have that, and Katsuya Shibata is gonna come over and announce that he's gonna be wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom, baby.
Time out! You're just gonna toss in that Katsuya Shibata making a major announcement. You're just like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Shibata's fucking dope, dude. He's gonna be there.
They came out with new T-shirts for him.
Ooh.
On Pro Wrestling Tees and New Japan's website. It's happening, Ryan. I am so close to my mic right now.
Oh, no.
Can you tell?
Sure.
Ryan.
Let me turn you down.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Shibata's coming back.
Yes. The post saying here from New Japan that Katsuya Shibata will be in attendance at the finals. She has expressed he has a major announcement that he would like to deliver directly to the fans.
And we're gonna hope it says, "I am cleared," and then the crowd goes wild. First time they cheer anything, they're just gonna jump out of their seats, and then Kenta walks down to the ring and says, "You and me for the IWGP United States Championship at Wrestle Kingdom." Oh my God, I just set the match.
No. Well, Kenta's not going to put the challenge down. He's going to come out and beat the crap out of Shibata, and then Shibata will challenge his ass.
That's fine. Either way, that's going to be amazing. Oh my God, this is happening. And then they're going to give Shibata the world title on night 2 instead of Ospreay. It's going to be amazing. Oh, he's got the towel. The wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata.
I'm excited, man. I'm ready. I'm here for it. Shibata's awesome, dude.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
I'm a 10, baby.
Let me ask you my New Japan question before we move on.
Sure.
To AEW. Winter is coming, which will probably be like a 2-second conversation.
Winter is coming.
What is the future of Jay White? Because I saw him.
Was Nemesis a live show, by the way? I just assumed
he was at the live show. He faced Christopher Daniels.
Was that a show we should have watched and reviewed?
It didn't happen yet. Yet. It wasn't live.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's a New Japan Strong taping.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But he challenged, AEW guys, and I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, he's not going to be on Wrestle Kingdom.
No.
And 1 year ago, he was in the main event of night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom.
Which my match of the year, I think.
Which I need to rewatch it. I was sitting here the past couple of days and I was like, so much wrestling has happened. I need to rewatch that one match because it's been a long time. And I remember I watched it early. I watched it when Wrestle Kingdom was airing live, and that was not the mindset at 6 a.m. to watch a storytelling match.
Yeah.
That just wasn't it. So I'm gonna rewatch it. But what is his future, man? Because he's not gonna be at Wrestle Kingdom. And we were literally we are a year removed from saying this is gonna be the year of Jay White. And this has been the wasted year of Jay White.
Well, if Jay White wants to be at Wrestle Kingdom, then he would probably have to fly over and fly over the 19th.
Now.
He has maybe a week left in America that he needs to fly over.
And I just don't think he wants to.
I mean, I don't know what's up with the guy. I mean, he seems he's having all the time right now. He's throwing T-shirts at a Clippers game with Hikaleo. He seems like he's doing great. He's thriving.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And he's just doing nothing.
There's got to be some reason, right? There's got to be.
He just probably doesn't want to go to Japan with the current, with the COVID stuff. I mean, that's my guess.
Because he's afraid that he's going to be stuck there?
Maybe. I can't think of any other reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the media question is I have no idea how long he has in his contract. Because that is even up in the air. Besides that, I don't think New Japan's gonna fire the guy. Why would New Japan do that?
Why would they fire Jay White? Jay White is, I think a lot of us agree, he's not the future of pro wrestling, but he is if you add him to any company that isn't New Japan, he's instantly the guy to build around. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I do not know. I think he's just gonna be doing more and more strong stuff between now and I don't know. If you're Kidani, if you're New Japan, if you're Jay White, you got to start looking yourselves in the mirror, right? And start being look, either COVID is not seeming like it's going to go away anytime soon. Japan's obviously super strict. You got these variants out here, these sister variants. You got boosters, which I'm getting today, by the way.
I'm getting Monday.
Ooh, nice. I'm getting today.
Look at us.
I'm getting my booster at 2:30, and then I am working tomorrow, and I potentially might wake up with symptoms, which means I might not work tomorrow. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Then you can watch Final Battle.
Yeah, baby. But yeah, so it's just, you got to start looking yourself in the mirror and be like, COVID is not necessarily ending anytime soon. I can see him maybe going, if he could be going back when the crowds are fully there. But then there's still clapping crowds. So I don't know. It's really hard to predict because he is purposely making it mysterious. So it's just, who's to say? But if I was Kidani, if this guy is not coming back to my Japan company anytime soon, I mean, in the same breath though, he's also helping selling tickets to the American promotion of Strong. So fucking, who cares, right?
But I just feel like New Japan doesn't care enough about Strong.
I think they do. I think Kidani, especially because he's the guy that started all the New Japan US expansion. He was the guy spearheading the US expansion.
But
and
is that really worth not having Jay White on your Japan shows? He was your.
Well, I mean, here's my argument to that though, real quickly, is that while New Japan can only sell however many tickets in Japan, they can sell a lot more tickets in America.
But they're not.
I know. That's also a great point. They're not. They're selling.
Because after Jay White,
they are
indie guys.
They're selling as good as GCW, which is
I think that's a good thing.
Not a knock on GCW. I mean, GCW is getting up there, and New Japan's starting to go down there, and they're meeting in the middle there.
If they ran the same buildings as GCW,
which they can, they officially can now.
It would be better for them, I think.
Yeah.
I think New Japan just should go all out and do some like the Wrestling Dynasty show. They should just come and do that in the United States.
Yeah. The problem is it's just New Japan's still very cold. And it's still very cold. And I don't know what will heat them up. Here's my thought. Is this New Japan Forbidden Door stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With Noah, seemingly all Japan, unless MLW has something to say about it. DDT, and I think there was someone else, but I don't remember.
Dragon Gate.
I think, kind of also Stardom.
Which is
vaguely.
a big one. Dragon Gate's a big one. By the way, Stardom has a match on the second Wrestle Kingdom Day.
So my thought there is, if that Forbidden Door stuff can build up heat back on New Japan and get people excited again, I wonder how that will affect New Japan American ticket sales. Because I wonder really like how much of New Japan's excitement, the core company's excitement, is built around will help American sales. I feel like it will, even if Strong is no one's really watching it, but
yeah,
there's good stuff happening on Strong. That's the problem. It's just that's what it is.
They have a lot of good matches. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Okada winning the title will help heat it up. I really do. I think that changes a lot in the way people look at New Japan, because they'll be like, "Oh, he has the title? Okay, you have my attention." But back to the Jay White thing real quick. There's a lot of potential that's just, it needs, I feel like it's being wasted, and I would like to just see him do something. Like, I don't want 2022 to be a wasted year for him.
Yeah, and I do want 2022. He's been teasing a lot. I really would love if 2022 is just Jay White facing AEW people. That could be fun. Jay. That would be fun. AJW.
That's a promotion.
AJW is, yeah, that's 100% a promotion. Dang it.
That was the biggest Joshi promotion ever.
Speaking of AEW, winter is coming this Wednesday. In the Garland, Texas Curtis Caldwell Center. Dynamite is going to be having their Winter is Coming event. Of course, you recall last year where they had the world title match and the not even the return, but the debut of Sting. So you can expect, the expectation is of similar note, because you have a world title match and you have some free agents out there. So we'll see. Yeah, we got a lot. Going down this card real quick, let's talk about the Dynamite Diamond Ring real quick.
I hate this stupid ring with a passion.
What do you hate the ring? Do you hate the ring?
I just don't get the ring. But
do you hate the ring more or less than the Heritage Cup?
Hey, Heritage Cup's nice. At least it's like considered a title. This diamond ring matters 2 nights of the year, and then you forget about it until MJF pulls it out of his shorts and hits someone with it.
Yeah.
I think MJF should win. I mean, Dante Martin with the diamond ring makes no sense. Good spot for him though.
Give him some drip. Why not?
Yeah, he also isn't friends with Team Taz anymore, so that lasts too long.
Yeah, I think there's a chance Dante can win this.
There's definitely a chance.
I think there's a chance he could win this.
Maybe he'll win it. He'll give it to Leo, and Leo will sell it, and they'll just get really cool gear.
Ooh, what an idea!
They'll get matching gear. And I don't know. The ring makes no sense. It's going to be a good match. MJF versus Dante Martin. A look into the future. Probably a future world title match someday.
Ooh, maybe. I definitely think this is has potential to be pretty good. Dante, I think, could win it. I think there's potential there. I kind of do like the idea of Leo Rush selling it off. I think that could be fun. But we also have no idea if Dante has realigned himself with Leo Rush.
Well, they came out with a shirt with Leo Rush and Dante Martin on it.
Really?
Together.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yesterday. So I was like, I guess they're back together.
do you think Dante wins it and they use the diamond ring to buy Dante? Leo Rush uses the diamond ring to buy Dante out of his contract, his FTW contract.
I think Ricky Starks could do some good shit with that ring.
Yeah.
Listen, I like Ricky.
But if you're gonna do that, have Ricky Starks win. What are we doing?
This is true. Team Taz. Yeah, they have 3 people. But that's all they need. That's all they need now.
Someone told me they build assassins.
They sure do. Did you see Hook?
Hook is great.
This is going off the rails. Let's finish the show.
Yeah. MJF. I would like MJF not to win because it's like, okay, 3 years in a row, great. We'll see you again next year.
Yeah. I can see CM Punk screw him.
Yeah. The issue with the MJF stuff is just like this ring means less and less with each year MJF wins it. Like it just doesn't matter. This means nothing. Matt Sydal versus Wardlow. Do you think anything will happen in this match?
I had no clue this match was happening.
Apparently it is.
I think Wardlow destroys Matt Sydal, and I have to hear his awful theme song, so that's tough.
Yeah, we talked about this before, that as soon as Wardlow turns face, he's getting a new theme song.
Gotta, because this one is painfully bad.
This is
war. And they say it like 10 times, and then the music happens.
Yeah, I like Wardlow. I think this would be could be a pretty good match. Maybe we'll.
Love the big beef moment in the battle royal between Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. It's like, yeah, this is what I'm here for. Mm-hmm. Didn't go far, but it was cool.
When do you think Wardlow is going to turn on MJF?
Oh man, I've been wondering because like they are teasing. Eventually this guy's just got to stop being a bitch and make the turn.
I think he will either turn during the MJF Adam Page world title match or
after,
assuming MJF wins. So he has the title, and now Wardlow's like, great, now I'm going to challenge for that title. I don't know. Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida 3. This match, boy howdy, Serena Deeb, one of my favorite female wrestlers of the year. Hikaru Shida has also had, I don't want to say a great year, but in this past couple months of Deeb, it's been outstanding.
Well, there was those 4 months where you didn't see her on TV, so that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to be great. I mean, Serena Deeb had that too. She got hurt like 4 times, but
this is also true.
I think this will be very good. I love their second match. One of the best women's matches in AEW all year, which Serena Deeb is part of. I'd say 2 of the 3. Actually, her match with Riho, great. Match with Hikaru Shida, great. And then, of course, Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa, which was just a different animal. But looking forward to this one. King. It's gonna be a good one. I think Deeb should win.
Yeah.
I think because, well, Deeb should win if Soho's winning the TBS championship.
Yeah, I could see like Shida winning and challenging Baker. I can see Deeb winning and challenging Soho, assuming it's Soho.
Yeah. Even though I did say at the beginning, Jade Cargill, and I'm still on track. Unlike you, who said Deeb.
Or I guess it could also be Deeb versus Thunder Rosa.
Ooh,
baby.
Oh, that'll be a world title match.
Ooh, baby, I wanna see that match.
All right, world title match. Hangman Page.
Well, no, real quickly before we get to the world title match, I had a legitimate question for you. Nice. About the AEW women's division.
Ooh,
can we get a vibe check on the AEW women's division real quickly? it has been churning out a lot of really good matches lately. A lot of
Hell
great
yeah.
matches lately. And I don't see many people complaining about the AEW women's division. Now, yes,
I could complain right now if you want me to.
I know. They only have one match a show. And they
But
got
now
one.
it's a good match of show.
And now they have.
It's not the bunny.
We've been having a lot of great matches on the show. So where's the vibe check for the women's division on your part?
We're on the come up. That's I think that's the vibe. They're growing. Jamie Hayter and Riho that had a very good match on Dynamite this past week. Mm-hmm. Jamie Hayter is very good. Riho, of course, very good. But what they've started to finally do is put, their best in the ring on TV. And I know for a long time they're trying to avoid that because, the rankings and whatnot, but they've added people to the roster. I think someone like Jamie Hayter, you can have her lose once in a while because, she's still a young part of the roster. And clearly they're building to the moment she turns into a baby face or heel or whatever and takes out Britt Baker. Like they're building to that. But it's all good vibes right now in the women's division. They're growing. I think the TBS title tournament has helped a lot. And I think that will help it a lot overall because now we should have 2 women's matches on pay-per-view, which is good.
Yeah, there was, if we all recall, when the last time we were getting like consistently good stuff in terms of women's matches were when they were also having the NWA title being defended.
Yes.
Granted, at the time it was Rosa, and then it became Deeb, and that was also great stuff. But so they're doing the same idea here. We're having a bunch of good matches, and because at the end of the day, yes, we would all like more women's wrestling on the show and more stuff happening. But if for whatever reason we can't have more women's wrestling, having it be killer match after week after week after week, I'm here for it. Best way to do for it. I think Statlander and Soho are pretty good. Hayter versus Riho is amazing. I think this match is going to be amazing. Deeb versus Shida. So I think that they've been on a good stride of great women's matches lately, and I'm good. I don't see anybody complaining on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
I think once Britt Baker
good.
loses the title,
yes,
no offense to her, but people will probably be singing from the rafters because it'll be Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa is great.
Yeah, the big problem that AEW had for a long time is that the entire women's division is only built around Baker, and thankfully with the TBS title, it is now can be built around someone else.
Yes.
The problem is that who will that be? Who will it be in the match? Will it be Jade? Will it be Rosa? Will it be Soho? Will it be Rose?
I still think it should be Jade, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the idea of just the absolute monster push right out of the gates with the title because I don't think she should be getting a world title shot anytime soon. But with the TBS title, I don't know. We'll see. Ruby's a great choice too.
Yeah. AEW World Title match. Hangman Adam Page is defending his AEW World Title, his first ever defense against Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon.
Boom, bada, boom, boom. Sorry, it's in my head. Time limit draw.
Nobody gonna stop me now. Something but down. You've never heard the female vocal track of that song? It's a fucking masterpiece.
It's a banger, as the kids say.
It's a banger and a half.
It's so good, and he needs to embrace it.
What is, in your mind, the likelihood of Bryan Danielson winning? Give me a percentage.
38%.
38. Very precise. Very precise of you. Why? What's the 38% for?
Because I think it's not completely out of the realm like people want to just say it. I don't think this is the type of booker Tony Khan is. I don't think he's just going to cut the legs out from Hangman Page. But you never count out Bryan Danielson. Ever. And I think the story that he's on, at least he's making me believe he could win, even if he has no shot. You know, like on a booking standpoint, he probably has no shot. But story standpoint, he has as good a shot as any. He went to a 30-minute draw with Kenny Omega. He has beaten everyone, and decisively recently. Mm-hmm. He's got what it takes to take out Hangman Page, and I think this is just the first of what will be a 2-match series for them. I think they go to a draw because you have the worked-in showtime remaining time limit instead of the 60-minute time limit. That's what I'm thinking they do. So maybe they start the match at 9:30, show goes, and into a draw, and that sets up the rematch for Battle of the Belts in January. Which Hangman wins.
Yeah. I think ultimately Adam Page is going to be winning this feud, obviously.
Yeah, as he should.
But yeah, there's something to the draw idea that I like. I do agree that that's not necessarily the booker that Khan is, because you sell the tickets to this thing, and you can sell tickets to like a Punk match or something at Battle of the Belts or MJF or whatever.
Well, I think it's all title matches.
Yeah. But that's what I meant. Like Page versus Punk or Page versus MJF.
Gotcha.
You can do that, but also Tony Khan is the kind of booker that doesn't want to burn things. So if he can do this twice, because also presumably, there's also the New Year's Smash show that had previously
Smash or Dash.
I think it's
New Year's Dash in New Japan. Smash.
This New Year's Smash, presumably
day one. Sorry.
Day one. Last year, New Year's Smash defendant had a world title defense, so maybe there's TBS around the corner.
That Kenny Omega Phoenix match is nice.
Chef's kiss there. I do think Adam Page. Now the question is here. Yeah, I can see that maybe being a draw, but I think Adam Page winning. I don't know. There's something about Adam Page winning that's just like it. To me, it's not narratively satisfying for Adam Page to be winning here, and I think part of it is because this entire build has been about turning Bryan Danielson heel and kicking his crap out. I do think, though, however, that Adam Page will win, and then Bryan just be like, "Oh, I was never a heel. I just wanted to see that not coward shit, and I'll shake your hand after the match."
Yeah, I think the handshake will be like, "Oh, Danielson's not heel. He was just saying he's the best, and he lost, so he faces that."
And then Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham will come out and deck Bryan Danielson.
I like the way you're thinking.
ROH Invasion Angle, helmed by Jonathan Gresham and Kyle O'Reilly. Ooh, baby.
Do you think any surprises happen?
In this match or just the show?
Show.
Yeah, show is gonna show up.
Some torture takeover, baby. That would be terrible. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I think oh man.
Try to remember all the free agents.
Hold on. No, well, there's a lot of free agents. I think. Look, hold on. I'm joking. I was joking, but look, I think Kyle O'Reilly is going to show up this show. I think he's going to show up. I think that this is the Sting spot. But maybe they do a dub.
Nothing says Sting like Kyle O'Reilly.
The Sting of our generation.
This is Kyle O'Reilly.
Surfer O'Reilly. Remember when he did Cool Kyle? I can't wait for that. They're bringing Kyle O'Reilly so that he can have a match against Orange Cassidy because they're feuding with best friends. God damn it! Damn you, TK!
TK knows what he's doing.
Fuck. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly's 100% coming in.
Wow, 100%.
100%.
He said
100%.
Wait,
coming
you
in.
mean 100% overall? 100% winter is coming.
I'm gonna say 100% overall.
Well, yes.
90% winter's coming because I think you could. They have like 4 different things where he could show up in. It's a matter of whether or not he wants to take a break, like a week.
Yeah, they
off.
got 4 major shows within the next month. They got winter's coming, New Year's Smash, TBS debut, and Battle of the Belts.
Yep.
I don't think Battle of the Belts you get a debut, but those other 3.
Well, you could with the amount of free agents that are out there.
Keith Lee. When is Keith Lee ready? I've been waiting for this man. I've been waiting for this man to be free. I'm waiting for my man to be free.
February 2nd. And
fuck.
That is nowhere close. That's like Battle of the Belts is the 8th of January.
And Swerve is 2 weeks after that. And if anyone's been paying attention, Swerve can't stop being around AEW people. So I think we know where he's going.
MLW.
Someone said that to me the other day. I was like, please don't do that to him.
Yeah.
I understand like best version of Shane Strickland was in MLW, but listen, MLW might be worse than it was back then.
Well, but to go back what I was saying, I was joking about
Kyle?
Well, no, I think that's 100% happening. I think also that's why they're feuding with best friends. Everything fits. All the puzzle pieces fit very well. What if we did a Ring of Honor invasion angle?
I would love that.
And they feud with, I don't know, Dark Order or something.
Love it a little less.
Well, I mean, I'm like, who's available? Do you want it to be Big Money Matt Hardy?
How dare you?
What if Big Money Matt Hardy brings him in? Because I'm thinking about it, and obviously there's people that they're going to want to pick up. But with Final Battle ending, that entire roster is available. And you could, if you're TK, put all these people in short-term contracts to do a ROH angle, and then they can all just go back to ROH after the fact.
I think the Briscoes are coming.
I think the Briscoes are coming.
I think they're coming in full time. There were the reports a few weeks ago that they were backstage, and I think they're just the type of guys that wanted to respect their Ring of Honor contract, unlike a certain bald bearded man.
What are you talking about? Just because Brian Johnson showed
the guy that had to end up going back. But
just because Brian Johnson showed up at Beyond doesn't mean that he is.
I can't believe you just attacked Brian Johnson like that.
Hey.
That's fair though, because I did say bald bearded man.
It's Mecca versus everybody, and I'm everybody.
So yeah, I was thinking Big Show personally. But I would like a Ring of Honor invasion, but you'd have to like pick very specific people, or I'm not gonna care. Because like, no offense to, I don't know, Brian Johnson, but I'm not going to care if he just strolls into Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor pure champion, Brian Johnson? No, I mean, we got Josh Woods coming in. Well, not coming in, but showing up on Dark. Josh the Woods Goods. I think you got to pick up Gresham. I think you pick up. Oh, also, by the way, can I go back all the way to the beginning of the show with Bryan Danielson, Jonathan Gresham stuff? If you're TK, why the fuck would you give that match to Ring of Honor when you are a week away from being able to just pick up Jonathan Gresham and do that match yourself?
Listen, I understand that, and like Revolution sounds like a great spot to do it.
Why the fuck are you gonna let them have that?
Because
payday?
We like to dream here, Ryan. This is a place of dreaming.
Yeah, but
this is a place of hope.
This is a place of
and
business.
We are impatient bastards, and we just want the match.
Anyways, Adam Page is winning.
Adam Page is winning. This has been a long show. It was expected to be a long show, and this is without the Ring of Honor Final Battle review. But you know what we're gonna have next week for everyone? We're gonna have a Ring of Honor Final Battle review. We're gonna have a Best of the Super Junior World Tag League Shibata announcement review and freak out. We're gonna have an Osaka Super Wars review. We're gonna have
Winter is
a
coming.
Winter is Coming review. We're gonna have. There's definitely a preview that I'm not thinking of.
We'll probably preview Dream Queendom.
No, because that's 10 days after, so we'll have another show in between there.
But we'll be taking a break on the 26th.
Oh shit, that's right. Oh my god,
because
we have
of
so
Christmas.
much to do.
But yeah.
We're taking a Christmas break because it's Christmas.
But we'll also say, now that we're kind of in plugs territory here, we'll also be revealing the nominations for the Count Out Year-End Awards here on Ring Post Radio.
Next week.
Right. Baby.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a big dog.
Oh, it's a big dog. We have so many announcements. This year in wrestling, there has never been like anyone that's like, oh, definitely this person. So like we have so many nominations. There was barely crossover in any of the Count Out team members' nominations. Let me see if I can tell you what the biggest nomination category is.
Oh, good. And then the week after that, I'll keep talking. So yeah, Christmas, and then the week after that, it's day one, Wrestle Kingdom, Stardom, Dream Queendom,
year-end award winners,
year-end award winners,
Battle of Belts. Hard to kill.
Me and Ryan are planning to do some sort of award type like year in review show. Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
Yeah, I think you're right in saying that we should move the year end award show to its own show.
It really, yeah, because that's going to be at least an hour of conversation. So I think we're just going to have two separate shows in a week span to make up for our Christmas break.
Yeah.
I just got so rattled with all of that. We have so much to talk about. Wrestling says, oh, yeah? You want more? No, it's okay. Well, here's more. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
I think the most nominations in one category is 13.
Oh, no.
We have 13 nominations in two categories. My apologies. 13 nominations in two categories. And we'll explain, we'll announce it next week, obviously, and we'll explain how the voting process and everything is, and we'll give out links. And yeah, we'll probably do our own special show for the Count Out Year-End Review, year-end awards as well.
Count Out Year-End Awards, me and Ryan reviewing our match race. That is a big show. That's going to be a big show in itself. Lots of wrestling talk. Yeah, we're going to have to record two separate shows that week because... Yeah.
We'll figure that out and let you guys know.
What?
We'll figure that out and let you guys know at home.
The post Christmas episode is going to be a big dog.
Yeah.
Woof, woof.
It's going to be sometime between Tuesday the 28th and probably Friday the 31st of December.
Yeah.
We'll
figure it out.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure out when we get there.
Yeah, maybe like Thursday.
And then we're gonna have a late night show, maybe on the 2nd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Ring Night Radio back.
Ring Show Radio Nights is approaching.
Baby. Wow. This was a long episode. Yeah. Ryan, what was your match of the week?
My match of the week, I already brought it up before. Very quickly, it was Imperium versus Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. Can you believe I gave a Von Wagner match 4 stars?
That's tough.
Can you believe it? In what world did I believe months ago that I was going to give Cal Bloom 4-star match? But boy, howdy, here we are.
What a tough week.
That match was really good, folks. I really liked it. I think I also just gave it 4 stars. I'm scrolling to my list to see what I gave it.
I'm not gonna say anything from NXT because I don't want to be original here.
Wow.
Listen, I watched a lot of wrestling from like a couple of weeks ago this week. I didn't watch a lot of wrestling from this week, so like that's why I'm lost here.
Same. But yeah, WarGames is definitely mine. I gave that match 4 stars. I thought it was great. While Scotty's thinking, I'll do my plugs. You can follow me on Twitter at Ryan Knightsey. You can follow the entire show at CountOutPod on Twitter. That's where the network is. We don't have a Twitter. Ring Post Radio doesn't have one. Maybe we should. I don't know. That's more stuff we got to do. But you can follow me on Twitter at Ryan Knightsey. We stream the show typically every Tuesday morn. on Twitch.
Tuesday?
Did I say Tuesday? Sunday. Typically, we live stream the show every Sunday morning on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. So check us out there. But we also do the podcast version. There's an audio version every single day that comes out on Sunday. Doesn't come out every single day. It comes out on Sunday. And you can listen to that and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. If you can, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We would greatly appreciate it. Really helps out us, helps out the show. We also got stickers in the Countout Network, countoutpod.com store. So go there, buy some stickers. Or you can also become a member of the Countout Family Membership, where you can spend $5 a month and put that towards Ring Post Radio or any of the other shows that we have on the network to directly support us and directly support the therapy I'm going to get from working 6 days next week. So I'm very excited. It's going to be fun. 6-day work week and then going straight into Christmas break. Here we go, baby.
Oh, yeah. Ryan's going to be raged up for next week's episode because he's going to have 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Jesus, fuck. 6 days in a row of work. Yeah. Then you're going to have Saturday to like decompress, watch a bunch of wrestling. And Sunday, he's just going to be spinning out takes like it's nobody's business. He'll be like, boop, 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 boop,
yeah, baby.
Bang, bang, bang. Here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that.
Yeah,
and
baby.
It's going to be great.
I can't wait. Scotty.
I guess I will just be different slightly from you and say that the men's WarGames match was really good. So check that out. I was also going to say...
Couldn't end up doing it. Couldn't end up finding something else from it.
Well, I was going to say Lucha Bros versus FTR was pretty good. It wasn't like this crazy... I thought it was their best of their trilogy.
I agree.
I love their trilogy.
Yeah.
Like I think they're just two teams that did, but I thought, or I guess they had 4 matches, but I thought this was their best. I thought it was really good. And I could have just said Hook versus Fuego del Sol if we really wanted to, talk about matches that delivered, but that did not even come close to 4 stars. So I didn't say it, but yeah, you can follow me at Scott E Wrestling on Twitter for my many thoughts throughout the week. And we got a big week next week. Big week. Huge week. So
what? 2? We have like 3 or 4 shows in a row that are ginormous.
Yeah. Plus the extra show.
Yeah. I think I included that. I think in my brain. I think in my math.
Yeah, that's 4. That would make 4. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Because then we have the week we come back from the Christmas break to do a bunch of previews and reviews. But then the week following that is reviewing Wrestle Kingdom. So it's just,
God.
And then a couple weeks after that's the Royal Rumble.
I like the Royal Rumble.
Sorry, I take that back. A couple weeks after that is going to be the Royal Rumble and also GCW Hammerstein.
Don't worry, one of those will probably be a letdown.
The Royal Rumble?
Probably.
Probably. Okay, well, that is it for this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all next time. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Where's my mouse go? There it is.